Hey there, calculators. Calculus students. Welcome to Educate at the University of Zululand. Today we are talking about continuity. When we say that a function is continuous at a particular x value, we just say that this is a function that you have known through high school, and then it doesn't have any breaks or it doesn't have any empty circles. I'm sure that through your university journey, you've seen functions that have got empty circles and you've wondered what's happening there. So this is just a normal continuous function. We say that this function is continuous on its domain. It is continuous from negative infinity to positive infinity. It just means that you do not find empty circles like this one. Look at this function. The difference here, this function is called empty circles, and you can see sometimes the function is disconnected. You can see it's one function, but you can see that the graphs are disconnected. At some point, shaded circles are outside. It's just a mess. So basically, when you say that the function is continuous, it just means that it continues. You can just draw it as a continuous line and you never stop. You don't even draw round, open, empty circles and whatnot. So this is just a normal function, the one that you are used to from high school. Let's just say, for example, is the function continuous at x is equals to 2? This function f of x given by x squared. At x is equals to 2, if you can just plot the function, you can just see that it continues. It's just a straight line. There is no open circles. There's nothing. So basically, this is easy to see from a graph because you can just see by its solidity that this is just a continuous function. But there are three conditions that are actually met for the functions to be continuous at a particular a value. So basically, f at a must be defined. Let us take our function, for example, and let's ask this question again. Is the function f of x continuous at x is equals to positive 2? So the question is f of x continuous at x is equals to 2. So we evaluate continuity at a specific x value. So in this case, we want to see that when x is equals to positive 2, is the function continuous or not? First of all, f at a must be defined. F at a must be defined. This simply means that whenever you put that particular x value that you are evaluating at, you must get a certain y value. How do I mean? For example, here, when x is equals to 2 on the x-axis, the graph here will yield you a value somewhere around 4. Okay, this is a parabola given by f of x is equals to x squared. So we expect to find 4 here. Although this looks like it's not drawn to scale, but maybe it's my perception. But basically here, when you put the x value of 2, you get the y value of 4. If you put the x value of 2 into this equation, 2 squared is just 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So do you realize that here f of 2 is defined? So the first condition is met because we know that there is a certain y value that you get when you put the x value, x is equals to 2. It is defined. When you say that it is defined, it just means that whenever you put a certain x value, you get a certain y value as the outcome. In this case, we're evaluating continuity at x is equals to 2. So when you put x is equals to 2 on the graph, you're going to see that it aligns with x is equals to 4. So we say f of 2 is defined. And if they ask what is the value of f of 2, you can just say f of 2 is equals to 4. This is the y value that you get, which is 4 when x is equals to 2. So that's the first condition and it is met. What about the second condition? The limit of f of x as x approaches a must exist. This means that as you approach the value that you are evaluating continuity at, the limit, it must exist. I've covered this in my previous videos that for a limit of a function to exist, the right-handed limit and the left-handed limit must be equal, meaning that as you approach that particular x value, the one that you're evaluating it, as you approach it from the left, you should get the same value as you approach it from the right. So furthermore, for this, we can just say that the limit as x approaches a from the left of the function f of x must be equal to the limit as x approaches a from the right of f of x. So that's the only way to see if the limit exists or not. You have to evaluate the limit from the right hand side and the limit from the left hand side and try to see that are you getting the same y value. I strongly urge you to watch my video on limits because I'm not going to explain limits, but I'm going to explain continuity. So let's see here. Since we've met the first condition for our question here, what about the second condition? Does the limit as x approaches 2 exist in this case? Here, this is x is equals to 2. So if you approach 2 from the left and the right, do you get the same value? Let us approach 2 from the left. So it means we are approaching 2 from the values that are less than 2. So we are approaching on the graph, we are approaching 2. On the graph, we are approaching 2. And you can see that as you approach 2 here, the y value that you are approaching is positive 4. So the limit here that you have as x approaches positive 2 from the left. In this case, we're approaching from the left because we're approaching from values that are less than positive 2. So of this function f of x is equals to 4. So this just means that as you approach from the left, as you approach 2 from the left, you get 4 on the y-axis because basically the limit is the what? Is the y value that you get as you approach a certain x value. I've explained this in details. So now let's compare it to the limit as x approaches 2 from the right. So how do we find the limit as x approaches 2 from the right? It just means that we need to come from the right, from the values that are greater than 2. We need to approach from the values that are greater than 2. So you need to come with our function. Don't just move on the axis, move on the function. So as the function here is approaching, x is equals to 2. On the y-axis, you can see that the y value that we are approaching here is x is equals to 4. So we can say that the limit as x approaches 2 from the right is equals to 4. So basically, you have got the limit from the left and the limit from the right. Now you compare these two values. Are these two values equal or not? Yes, they are equal. Both the limits are 4 because we are approaching the same x value. Okay, we are approaching the same y value, which is our limiting value. So in this case, the limit exists. So here we say that the limit as x approaches 2, in general, it exists. So the second condition for continuity has been met. Remember, all of these conditions, they must be met so that we can say that our function is continuous at x is equals to 2. So now the third condition says, if the limit exists and the function is defined, that is the first two conditions are met, the limit as x approaches a of f of x must be equals to f of a. This just means that since we are evaluating continuity at x is equals to 2, so as you are approaching 2 from the right and the left, you found out that you get 4. And now when you are exactly at x is equals to 2, what is the value of y? The value of y is equals to 4. So now for the third condition, the limit as x approaches a as x approaches a in general must be equals to the y value that you get when you are at a exactly. So in this case, if we compare here, the limit as x approaches 2 of this function f of x is equals to 4 because we have proven that it exists, because as you approach from the right and the left, you approach the same or the common y value, which is the limit. Okay, and here you know that the value of y when x is equals to 2 is also 4. So you can say that in this way, the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x is the same as the y value when x is equals to 2. So the third condition is met in that way. So basically, once you prove these three conditions, you can say now your function is continuous. So basically, for a function to be continuous at a particular x value, we need to meet all these three conditions. F at a must be defined. Let us look at why a function can be not continuous. We say that it is discontinuous. Look at this function. This is not a regular type of function because this one is full of empty circles and all of that. It's just like an empty promise or something like that. So this is basically having discontinuities. You can see that here when x is equals to -4, there's an empty circle. That's a discontinuity. When x is equals to -2, the graphs are disconnected. You can see that one graph is on top of the other, but this is the same function. That's a discontinuity. When x is equals to 2, you can see that they are open circles. That's a discontinuity. When x is equals to 4, you can see that the graphs are disconnected. You can see this is the graph. This is also the graph. It's at different positions. So that's also a discontinuity. So how do we end up getting these discontinuities? We get them from not meeting those three conditions that I've mentioned. F at a must be defined, limit must exist, and the limit must be equals to the function value. So basically here, is the function below continuous at the following x values? Basically, is it continuous when x is equals to -4? Is it continuous when x is equals to 0? Is it continuous when x is equals to +2? These are the conditions. First of all, remember the first condition, f at a must be defined. F at a must be defined. So here, if we are evaluating continuity at x is equals to -4, so it means that f at -4 must be defined. It means that when you put a certain x value, in this case, when you put -4 on the function, what y value are you going to get? If you trace here, you see an empty circle. So an open circle already tells you that there is no y value there. Okay, if the circle is open, it just means that there is no y value. The reason that we write an open circle, I remember covering this on my piecewise functions video. The reason we draw an open circle, we are trying to say that there is no y value at that particular x value. In this case, at x is equals to -4, there is no y value. So the first condition is already broken because the function value at -4 is not there. So f of -4 is not defined. So can this still be continuous? No, it cannot be continuous. Reason being, you already see that one of the conditions for continuity has been broken. That is, f at -4 is not defined. So basically, you can say this is discontinuous. The function is discontinuous at x is equals to -4. You get your full marks. What is the reason? F of -4 is not defined. One of the conditions is not met. What about at x is equals to 0? So at x is equals to 0, let us evaluate. So when x is equals to 0 here, is f at 0 defined? Let us see. When we put x is equals to 0, do we find a certain y value? Yes, we do, because here is x is equals to 0. If you trace this to the y-axis, you're going to see that there is a certain y value here. Although we don't know it, but then we can see that there is a certain y value. Okay, so f at 0 is defined. The first condition is met. The first condition for continuity, it is met. This one. F at a is defined. What about the limit? Does the limit exist? Let's evaluate that. So basically here, the limit, for it to exist, we must evaluate the limit from the left and the limit from the right. So basically, if we look here, if we approach 0 from the left, we are going to get to this y value. Maybe it can be something like 3 or something like that. It's just an estimation. So from the left, we can say that here, our limit, the one that we approach from the left, as we approach 0 from the left of this function, is approximately +3. What about the limit or the limiting value that we approach from the right? So as we approach through the function, as we approach 0 from the right, you are still approaching the same y value, which is +3. So here you can further say that the limit as x approaches 0 from the right of the function, it is still approximately +3. So these two values, they are equal, right? Because these two limits are equal. So once these two limits are equal, you can say that the limit as x approaches 3 of this function exists. So the second condition has been met. The second condition has been met. What about the third condition? The third condition says that the limiting value must be the same as the y value at that particular x value that you are evaluating continuity. In this case, we're evaluating continuity at x is equals to 0 as per the question B. So at x is equals to 0, the y value is 3 here because you can see that the graph here cuts the y-axis at x is equals to 3. Here it is. Here is a graph cutting the y-axis at x is equals to 3. So you can just say the function value, which is the y value at 0, is 3. And if you compare here, the y value of 3 and the limit, they are equal. So you can say the third condition is fulfilled, and you can say now the limit as x approaches 0, it is equal to what? It is equals to the y value when x is equals to 0. So basically, you compare the value that you are approaching, which is your limit, you compare it to the actual y value, and they're equal. So you can say that the function is continuous at x is equals to 0. So it is continuous at x is equals to 0. Do you see this? This is how we prove continuity. What about the third condition? Is the function continuous at x is equals to positive 2? So at x is equals to positive 2, is the function continuous or not? From the first observation that I've already hinted you, it is discontinuous because you can see that these functions, these graphs are disconnected. These graphs are not, they look like it's different graphs, but it's the same function. So we already know that there is a discontinuity at x is equals to 2, but we have to prove that in a more mathematical or algebraic way by using these three conditions for proving continuity. So looking at these three conditions for proving continuity, remember that for continuous functions, first of all, f at a must be defined. In this case, we're evaluating continuity at x is equals to 2. So for c, f at 2 must be defined. Is f at 2 defined? When you look here, if you trace f at 2, the first one is an empty circle. You can see that the first here is an empty circle, so it means there's no y value there. It's not defined there. But if you continue going straight with x is equals to 2, you find a shaded circle. So when the circle is shaded, remember that it means that it is defined. There is a y value. So when x is equals to 2 here, the y value is somewhere here. Maybe you can say it is positive 4. It's just an estimation. But basically, this is the approximate y value. So here, if they ask you what is f of 2, f of 2, it is defined indeed because we see a shaded circle, means that there is a y value when x is equals to 2. And to be specific here, f at 2, the y value when x is equals to 2, it is 4. You do not take what's written here. Maybe this is 2. Don't take it because here you can see that here there is an open circle. The open circle just means that there is no y value here. It is not defined. There is no y value because this is a piecewise defined function. We chose to not put a y value at that position. So the first condition is met. What about the second condition? The limit as x approaches a must exist. So in this case, the limit as x approaches 2 must exist. Does the limit exist in this case as x approaches 2? Let us evaluate that. So now the limit as x approaches 2 from the left of this function, what is it going to be? If we're going to approach 2 from the left of this function, we're just going to take this path and approach 2 from the left of the function. So you look at the y value on the y-axis, which value are we approaching? We're approaching approximately 2. So we're just going to say the limit as we approach 2 from the left is approximately 2. Because this is the y value, this is the closest y value that we are approaching as x goes to 2 on the graph. What about if we are approaching 2 from the right? Let's use another direction. What is the limit as x approaches 2 from the right of this function f of x? So basically, we'll be approaching 2 from the right. So it means we are coming from the right of 2 from the values that are greater than 2 on our function. Here we are approaching 2 from the right. So as we're approaching 2 from the right, do you see that on the y-axis we're approaching positive 4? So that's our limiting value. So we are approaching positive 4. So the limit as x approaches 2 from the left is 2, positive 2, and the limit as x approaches 2 from the right is approximately 4, since we're not given proper values. So does the limit exist here? No, it doesn't exist, so this condition is not met. The moment this condition is not met, you already know that there's a discontinuity there. Why is there a discontinuity? You're going to say that this function at x is equals to 2, it is discontinuous. It is discontinuous at x is equals to 2. Why is the function discontinuous at x is equals to 2? Because the limit as x tends to 2 does not exist. Does not exist. How do you prove that the limit does not exist? These two values, which is the limit from the left and the right, they are not equal. So immediately when they are not equal, you can say that the limit does not exist. So to close this off, let's look at the type of discontinuity. Since we have said that when one of the conditions is not met, then it's a discontinuity. Let us look at here. You can easily identify that the discontinuity here, it is at x is equals to -1. That's why there's a discontinuity. Because you can see that here there's an open circle. I told you that a continuous function is just solid. It's just a straight line. It doesn't have holes. It doesn't have breaks. It doesn't have cuts and jumps and whatnot. So here you can see that at x is equals to -1, there's a discontinuity. You can see that here, if we look at our conditions, when f, what is the value of f at -1? It is not defined. You can see that here there's an open circle. There's no shaded circle here when x is equals to -1. Even if you trace it all the way up, there's no function value, there's no y value. Okay, this open circle tells you that there's no y value. So f at -1 here is not defined. The first condition is not met. So that's a discontinuity. We say this is known as a removable discontinuity at x is equals to 1. So a removable discontinuity, you will have it when condition 1 is not met. That is, when f at 1 is not defined, meaning that here in this case, when you put -1 on the x-axis, you do not get any y value here because this is when an open empty circle tells you that there is no y value at x is equals to -1. So it's a removable discontinuity. Even if there was a y value maybe somewhere here, we would say indeed that f at -1 is defined, but the fact that this y value is not at this point, condition 3 is not met. That's a removable discontinuity. Okay, so basically this is a removable discontinuity. What if we do not meet position number rule number 2? This is known as a jump discontinuity. So we'll assume that our function is defined here. Let's evaluate continuity at x is equals to 2. If you look at x is equals to 2, let's just assume here that this circle is shaded. All right. So if we look at these conditions for analyzing continuity, f at 2 is defined. So the first condition is met. F at 2 is defined. It means that here, when you put x is equals to 2, there is a certain y value that you yield. You can see here there's a shaded circle, so it means there must be a y value here. Maybe the y value is something like 7 or something like that. So f at a is defined. But the second condition, the limit, does it exist or not? No, this limit doesn't exist. The moment you see that your graphs are disconnected, it just means that the limit does not exist. Because if you approach from the left, if you approach 2 from the left and the right, you won't get to the same y value. If I am approaching 2 from the left, on the y-axis, I'm probably approaching something like 4. But if I approach 2 from the right, that is, I'm moving from values that are greater than 2. If I approach it from the right, I get the y value of positive 7. So once the graphs are disconnected, once there is a distance between the graphs, you already know that the limit does not exist there. So in this case, the limit as x approaches 2 from the left and the right does not equal. So there is a what? there is a jump discontinuity at x is equals to 2. You must be specific that there is a discontinuity at this particular value, because here it is continuous all over, but only at x is equals to 2 there is a discontinuity. And then the last one, it is just the infinite discontinuity. We'll discuss more about this in another video, but basically the infinite discontinuity, it is whereby there is an asymptote between the graphs. The graphs actually continue until infinity. They don't stop, they continue until infinity. They continue until infinity. It just means that they are never able to cross this line. They are never able to meet. This is known as an infinite discontinuity, and we'll do this in another video. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this basic introduction to continuity. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to tell your friends to stay tuned. God bless.